Good morning again, this is Rabbi Shlomo, first here at Yeshiva Tsama Nafshi. I'm temporarily substituting for Rabbi Ruben Levitt, who's taking care of important things for Yeshiva. It should be complete with success, Mitzvah Hashem.
Amen.
And we are learning Nefesh HaChaim, the first shar in the 9th parak. In the middle, we're talking about Kriyas Yamsuf, the things that happened then and there, and how that relates to us. So, yeah, let's begin. Where would you like to read that paragraph? The Shas Kriyas Yamsuf. The thing that you were doing right after the HaKodesh, it was right after in the 9th parak, there was a small footnote. HaChaim, Kriyas Yamsuf. At the time of Kriyas Yamsuf, Omer was brought to Moshe. So said, blessed be he to Moshe. Hashem spoke to Moshe. I have a tendency to say that absolutely every word in the Torah is absolutely important as the next. Right? Every word is important. If the same Torah is missing one letter, one word, it's completely puzzle.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the word is.
Right.
But the words, Yidaber, Hashem El Moshe, Hashem spoke to Moshe Lemor. The fact that it's repeated so many times is one thing, but I think that's probably has a very high significance to me. Hashem is talking to Moshe.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
The creator of the world is speaking to Moshe. You go of history, you don't find too many people that happened to, even if they claim it happened to them. It's certainly not written so often and so much, and so many of the things that they say, you really wonder, how can they believe it? It's really the creator of the world said these things to this person. Chapter 9, correct. It's there, remember we saw it last time.
In English, it's therefore in the time of the splitting of the Red Sea.
Here we go.
Oh, here we are.
Okay, go.
All right.
Would you like to read?
No,
I thought you wanted
I like it.
to. Okay, we can.
Helps me to stay awake. L'chein b'eis Kriyas Yamsuf, and therefore at the time of the splitting of the Red Sea, of the Sea of Reeds, Amar Hu, he said, Yisbarach, the Blessed One, to Moshe, to Moses, Ma Titzak Elai, Daber El Bnei Israel, V'Yisa'u. Why are you calling out to me? Speak to the Bnei Israel that they should move forward?
Yes, move forward.
Move forward. Tara Lamar, it's necessary to say, Didehu Talya Milsa. That on their account, this depends?
No, well, sort of, but that means to say that it's upon you that the thing depends.
Right.
If the sea is going to split, right, that splitting of the sea depends on you. Right? That means you must move forward. With the split, you must move forward. Prayer is not going to cause the sea to split. The Klal Yisrael moving forward, that's going to cause the sea to split.
V'im hema you b'tokef ha'ena v'ha'bitachon. If it is an account of your trust and belief.
Torah means strong, meaning if
Strong.
If it will be that your emunah, your faith, and your trust in Hashem is going to be strong.
Strong. Vayisu, and you go forward. Vayisu halo, and you go forward to travel. Nasoa al hayam, and to enter into the. So two words are the same word, aren't they? Yisu and Nasoa.
Yeah. Yisu holech unasoa el hayam. Meaning Yisu, they shall move, holech, they shall move going, unasoa el hayam, and enter and move to the yam. They move to the yam.
Samuch libam lo yira, and when close to the heart, to not fear.
Samuch libam lo yiru, that what do they do with this story? This translation. Roy's going to help us out of this. He's going to read the paragraph from the beginning. Okay?
It's really windy, so
Take very close attention.
At the time of the splitting of the Reed Sea, God said to Moshe, "Why did you cry out to me? Tell the children of Israel just to go. Many of the matters in your hands, so that if they will be at their peak force of faith and trust, and will enter into and travel through the sea without fear, out of the ship strength
Without fear.
Without fear."
Samuch
Libam.
He didn't mention anything about hearts. What happened to the hearts? They skipped the word. He didn't bring anything about the hearts.
Travel through the sea without fear, out of the sheer strength of their trust.
Yeah, but they forgot the hearts. They left out the hearts. Samuch libam lo yiru.
Maybe it means within their hearts there's no fear. I don't know what samuch. Samuch is, it's not close, is it?
No, here it means I think they would have sometimes samuch means to rely. Meaning they're relying on their faith without fear. Maybe.
Maybe the reliance on their heart causes there to be no fear.
I'm sure that's why they probably left it out for good reason.
Maybe they didn't know.
Well, maybe Libam
Yes.
is seen here, rather not translated, but is understood here, the strength of their trust.
No, because that's the previous.
That's toikef emunah. That's what the toikef is like the apex of their trust and faith.
Right. Tokef ha'emunah v'habitachon. Strength of their faith and their trust. And they travel and go into the sea, and then it says samuch libam. So we already translated strong faith and trust.
Okay.
Me'otzem bitachonam shevadai yikara lifneihem. I don't know what otzem is.
It's also like the strength.
From the strength of their faith, of their trust, that certainly kara Lifneihem. Yikara.
To split in front of them.
It will split in front of them.
Definitely split. With the strength of their trust that it's definitely going to split in front of them.
Az Yigramu Al Yidei Zeh. Then Garam.
This is being caused. From Garam.
Then
Garam is the cause.
Then it was caused because of this. His ora rus, that they rose up.
When arousement.
They were aroused. The mala on high. The kochos of the universe were aroused. The spiritual forces of the universe were aroused. Sheyeh aseh, that they would do lahem for them. Hanes, the miracle. Vayikara lifneihem, and it would split before them. So the trust, the demonstration of the trust and faith in Hashem, acting without fear, caused the supernal forces to split the sea.
Yes.
Then I got supernal in there. The Zehu.
So that's. I remember we discussing last time about this point. Hashem said to Moshe it was not the time for prayer anymore.
Right.
And it's explained in other places that. Let me put it this way in terms of a question: what's greater, praying to Hashem, right, or having faith in Hashem?
Having faith. According to this.
Well, then praying. Because you wouldn't pray to someone who didn't have faith in it was going to be happening.
Yeah, usually when you pray to Hashem, you're having faith in Him, right?
Yeah.
Right. So prayer includes faith, but when you're doing something, that's a demonstration of your faith. Meaning prayer is also a demonstration of your faith, right? But when you're actually going out and doing something, right, then, right, that takes precedence. That shows more faith than simply prayer, because prayer is you're simply sort of in a passive situation. You're asking Hashem. You understand, and rightly so, that Hashem is the source of all the fulfillments of your requests. But nevertheless, when you go out and do something which is going to require you to rely on Hashem, right? So that shows that you're trusting in Hashem, right? Prayer doesn't show that you're trusting in Hashem. Prayer shows that you have faith in Hashem, but doing something not only shows that you have faith in Him, but you also trust in Him. So if we're going forward into the Yam, into the sea, was an act of faith, an act of trust, right? So as Moshe was told not to pray at this point, you need to do something, you have to have an act of faith, an act of trust. Yeah.
I would want to say also that, certainly not, I'm not talking about Moshe Rabbeinu, but nowadays, I think many people can pray in a rote fashion, where it's not really even significant.
That's always
just praying because it's the thing they do, the thing you learned as a child or whatever.
Yeah. That's always a danger, not to do things out of routine. Yeah, sure. It's very hard to act out of routine. In terms of, let's say, trusting Hashem.
I remember arguing with the principal of the elementary school.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like the way they taught the children how to pray. Because they taught them just like in a sing-song voice to say a bunch of words. They had no idea what they were saying. They didn't really spend time teaching them, okay, this is what it means. And I felt that leads to people just praying out of rote. The answer I got was, well, they'll come to it. They'll I think a lot of people never come to it.
Yeah, it's a danger. It's not always so evident that we come to the desired goal. Not always so clear.
So if I write down here, which I had written down here, which I can write out because it's not right. Acting with faith in Hashem as your basis is a higher level than praying to Hashem, which is a passive bitterful.
Right. And you can add, because prayer, although it shows faith in Hashem, right, doesn't necessarily show trust in Hashem. When you do something, you're showing not only faith, but also trust.
V'zehu v'susasi Tarich ve paro de mi sich rayasi. And this, and my horses, of the chariots of Paro?
Yeah.
Demisicha Rayasi. Demisicha, I don't know.
Okay, so they sort of gives a translation of Ratzlachon, but that means, next sentence.
Ratzulomar. That means to say, Kamo, it's like the Susei, the horses, Paro of Paro, Shahaya, that they were, Hefech, Min Hago, Shel Olam, Sheha Rochev, Manhib Lasus. That they were, Hefech, Min, something they oh, that's right, the horses were leading.
Right.
That the riders did not tell them what to do.
Right. The first one, Kamos Susei Faro Shahaya Hefech in Hagel Sha'ol. That it's like the horses of Paro that the nature was changed. Sheroichev Manig Lasus. That normally the roichev, the rider, leads the horse, right? Sheroichev Manhig Lasus. The rider, Sheroichev, leads, directs the sus, the horse. The Pharaoh, Vechelo, and the Pharaoh and his soldiers.
Asus, hig es rochvo. The horse led the rider. Kimo, and it's like she'amru, that they said, Rabosenu, our rabbis, Zikronam, of blessed Livracha, blessed memory, Cain, das Dimisich.
You see, that's a shva at the Chof Sofi. That's a shva.
I see it.
Up and down. That's a. If it would be sicha, it would be a comment. It would be a comment.
Dimisich ha v'him shautich ra'yasi al zeh ha'ofen mamash.
Let's see what that means.
Thus, Cain, Dimisich. I don't know what that is.
Dimisich v'hamishtalich.
Mishtalich is descend.
Sure. What does it say about you, Roy? What's this?
Similarly, I reveal that you are, in brackets, my beloved, and I am controlled by you, my beloved, literally in this way.
Say it again.
Similarly,
I
reveal that you are, and in brackets, my beloved, and I am controlled by you, my beloved, literally in this way. That you are my beloved, capital N for mine, in both cases.
And I am controlled by you in this way. Mamash must be in this way.
Yeah. Well, open mamash in this way exactly. Ofen is in this way, Mamash is exactly. In this way, exactly.
If you read further on, it looks like it will come together.
Okay.
Rayasi is I see. Like Ro'eh? No. Raya.
Raya.
Is a proof?
No, Raya C, I think that's like from friendship, from beloved.
Oh, my
We
goodness.
used to use Rabbi Zebra.
Mitzvah.
Hey.
Morning, Rabbi Levitt.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Shem.
Hello, good morning, Roy.
Good morning.
Be back in a minute.
Okay, continue this.
Okay, so basically it means thus it is that you are my beloved and therefore I'm controlled by you.
Right.
Sha'af shani, even that I rochev ravos, even I rochev.
That's good, like to ride, Aravos.
Ride my friends.
No, Aravos is it's like chariots or some kind of. How does it? What's Rochev Aravos? What's that?
He says, no, he doesn't say that. He just says he rides above the heavens.
Okay, chariots.
In kol zeh. Now, because of this, kiviyachol, so to speak, you, min higa, lead, osi me, al yedei ma'asich, by way of my deeds.
I think I mean it's your deeds. I think it's
Ma'asich.
right. Even though that Hashem is Rochev Aravos, he's in the highest of heavens, right? Because nevertheless, Kiviyachol, so to speak, when he goes, see, you are directing me, Ayadei Masich, because of your deeds.
Your deeds. Ma'asich, your deeds.
So the point that's being emphasized here, as we've been learning throughout, is that the central position of our actions in the way things are happening in this world. Our actions are the catalyst of everything that's happening in this world. Hashem's waiting for us to catalyze with whatever we need to do so that the world will be a reflection of what we are and what we're doing.
Right.
So even though Hashem is powerful, all powerful, and not dependent upon anything, but nevertheless Hashem is giving us the power to direct how HaKodesh Baruch Hu is going to bring things to fore in this world. And with that, Rabbi Levitt will take over.
And if you want to start there, you want to go back and get it.
Inyan התחברוsi כביכול לעלומos רק לפי עניין היסעורוס הסייך והנוטים. Right, the matter of Hashem's his chavrusa shaft, his hibur, his
Partnership?
hibur is right. A chaver is a friend, and he's a friend because he's there's a hibur between you and him. There is a bond, a connection between you. And Yochel, so Hashem's connection to Klal Yisrael, Kaviyochel, he says, as it were, almost through all the worlds. Rak if the Inyan is orus masayich leman notin. Only according to that is orus, the awakening of Klal Yisrael. If Klal Yisrael is awake, his orus comes from the word air. Air, his orus means their inspiration and it comes from the word air. Air means to be awake. They're awakening. They're awakening to their task, to be the Avdei Hashem. Masayich la'an notin. Your actions, la'an, to where? Notin. Where do they turn? Where are they directed? Are they directed like the kruvim to one another, like one kruv to the other, Klal Yisrael to Hashem? Are our actions directed towards Hashem? That is to the according to the connection that our actions connect to Hashem. That is as much as Hashem is connected, as it were, to the worlds. He says kaviyochel, I believe, over here, as it were, because Hashem he is like we say, Hashem is called makom, and makom means that place. Really, the Hashem, the world is the place where Hashem's presence is. Hashem is obviously not contained in the world, or maybe it's not so obvious to people. But Hashem is much bigger and greater than the world that He created. So this that it says Kaviyochol is, I think, making acknowledgement to that fact, because when you talk about Hashem's connection to the world, it sounds like there's two equal sides, so to speak. Hashem is connected to the world, like the reference point is the world, and Hashem is connected to it. No, it's really the other way around. Hashem's presence is greater felt according to the actions of Klal Yisrael if they're directed in the direction of Hashem. Okay, that's what the pasuk says. Rochev Shemayim Bezrecha, and that's our Shabbos Zemer. Right? What does it say? Rochev Aravos Melech Olamim Es Amo Mishpos Yizem Laniyim Rochev Aravos Melech Olamim. If you sing that tune, or if you sing another tune, Rochev Aravos Melech Olamim Es Amo Mishpos. What does this mean? Hashem is described as the Rochev. You have to understand, these songs are not just songs written by, the top 10, the Beatles. They were not written by the Beatles. They were written by Gedolei Yisrael. The Zmiros that we sing on Shabbos. They have deep, deep meaning. Every word, it's like a sefer. So that's what that Zemer. The name of the Zemer is Baruch Keil Elyon.
Oh, 2 words.
Right? Baruch Keil Elyon Hashem Nasan Menucha. Now it says over here, Rochev Bo'aravos. Hashem is Rochev. He's the one who rides the Aravot. That word itself is a difficult, not a very unusual word. What is it referring to? Here it's translated as He rides atop the heavens. He's that's similar to the way that the pasuk reads. Rochev Shamayim. He's the rider. He rides atop the Shamayim. How does he do that? be'ezrecha, according to your help, as it were. Hashem has to help Klal Yisrael has to help Hashem to be rochev shomayim. What does that mean? It's because that's the way Hashem made that's the way He ordered the world. That His riding atop the world, His presence, and of course His presence is all good, and shefa and bracha is according to the actions of Klal Yisrael. Okay, Masha Amru, Rabbi Seinu Zechron Livrocha. Keep it open if you want to refer to it. Okay, Masha Amru Rabbi Seinu Zechron Livrocha. What Chazal say in the Gemara in Brachos. Va'avoda tzarich gavoya. So this is not a pasuk, but this is a statement of our sages of blessed memory. And it's mentioned a number of times in the Gemara. Over here. Wow, 2 places in Masechet Shabbos, 1 place in Yevamos. Oh, we saw it in Yevamos. Daf Hey Amud Aleph, 1 place. And Menachos, Avodat Tzarich Gavoya. So to speak, Gavoya is referring to Hashem. Referring to Hashem, referring to Shemayim. Hashem's presence needs avoda. It needs avoda. It needs the avoda of Klal Yisrael.
So, did you say Menachos?
Gemara in Menachos, Samach Daled Amud Aleph.
Yeah.
It's written here.
Yeah.
You have that?
You say Hashem needs.
Right. It's very strong, and it's in the way that Chazal put it. Hashem doesn't really need anything, right? What do we mean that Hashem needs our avoda?
I can see a softer word like avoda supports or something like that.
Yeah, Hashem is supported by us. It's also difficult.
That's also difficult, but it's not. Well, you're right.
There's no. That's why we say
Say
kaviyachol.
it right.
That's why we say kaviyachol. That's the way Hashem made His world. That's the way it's wired. That's the way it's structured. Okay. I'm just looking for where it says this in the Gemara in the Yevamos.
Okay.
On the base. No, I must have missed it. Oh, there it is. There it is. I did miss it. Second time. Let's see what the Torah says over here. According to Mandom, it says, Ola shehekrivu Yisrael b'midbar oilas tamid had. Kulu namdi shken yeshnam lifnei adibo. And it starts. Look at that. I mean, tasting me keep it out of aim. Oh, can I skip it again? No, skip it again. Tena melech mila. Mala mila sheken nikrasu aleha shlosh-esrei yisos. This is a sugya of Esther Dokolosis. That's how she came Paris. You were here for that?
No, I remember us learning about that.
Ma the Tamid, she came Tadir. Yichada lo yosya, teisei mitarti. Ma hi teisei b'meila, b'milo Pesach. Shekain chorus, Yipesa, Utom, Shekain Sorach Gavoya. Shekain Sorach Gavoya. Avoda is Sorach Gavoya. Shekain Sorach Gavoya, Mizbeach, Toimar Bas. Essay, the Yibum, the Leka Kol Hani. Okay. We'll humble ourselves. He's saying he's saying something quite not simple. It's not simple. It's not simple over there. It's really not simple. Okay.
So Hashem wants us to demonstrate our faith and love of Him, and through that He acts. We so to speak, give Him the strength. So to speak, give Him the strength, give Him the reason to act for us.
Right. Okay. So that's the end of the parak. Go to the next parak over here. Parak Yud. Let's see what the Parak Yud has to say about. Parak Yud. Al Pizeh, Yibur Pesher Davar. The Inyan Shinui Deos, Shebein Gedolei Harishonim. Ima Odom Yisrael Godol Me'amalach. O Malach Godol Mimenu. According to this that we have explained, we can also now explain another matter in regard to the difference of opinion that exists amongst the Gedolei Harishonim, the great earlier sages. Rishonim here means the Ramban and the Rambam and Rashi and Tosus. Those are the Gedolei HaRishonim. They had Shinui Deos. They had differing views on this matter. What's the issue? Ima Odom Yisrael Godol Mi'amalach O Malach Godol Mimenu. Is a person, a human being, flesh and blood, who belongs to the Jewish people, is he Gadol? Is he bigger in his spiritual that's going to also be a question. What exactly do they mean that when it says that he's Gadol? Is he greater? Is he greater than a Malach? In what sense is he greater than a Malach? And some say he is, and some say he is not. Kol echad mishnei hadeos. Each one of these two opinions may be rayos, mefurashot, mimikrot, mefurashim. Each one has proofs to adduce his position from verses in the Tanakh. Yalpi devarenu hadal, and according to our words that we have mentioned so far, is ba'er asher be'emes elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chayim rak bebechinos halukim. According to that which we have explained, we can say about this machlekes that both of them are right. Both of them have a point to them. That's what we mean when we say Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chayim. these are both are the words of the living God. It's like a machlokes Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Is Beis Shammai wrong? Chas v'shalom. Elu, the Gemara says, Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chayim. The words of Beis Shammai are the words of the living God. And so too, this machlokes here in the Rishonim. So how does that work? Ivadai malach gadol me'adam, hein be'etzem mahuto, hein begoydel kedushaso v'niflois, hasagosoi, hein erech v'dimyon b'neihem klal. Says the Nefesh HaChaim, really, it is certain and not a matter of dispute that a malach is greater than a human being, even a Jew, in regard to his, what he calls etzem mahuto, his very essence of what he is. Hein begodel kedushaso, the greatness of his sanctity that a malach has is greater than a human being's. V'niflois hasagosoi, and the wondrous hasagoso, his abilities and his hasagoso often means his understanding of things, or his capabilities to achieve. Ein erech b'dimyon b'neihem klal. A malach can do more. He's more holy. He's certainly greater than a man. So then, what is the other side that says that man is greater? In what sense is he referring to? Moshe Kosev b'Zohar Chadash. And now it sounds like he's going to go on and elaborate with the proofs that this is so, before he discusses the other view. Moshe Kosev b'Zohar Chadash, Bereshis b'Midrash Hane'elam, b'Parsha v'Yikra, Elokim l'or yom. Hasagas hamalachim hi hasaga gedola. Mashe ein kein lemata mihen. Hasaga shniya. Hasaga shlishis. Hi hasagas hamadrega hataktona asher ba'afar yesoda. V'hi hasagas b'nei adam. Okay, so there you have it. However it is that we're using this word hasaga, whether it means in their ability to achieve something, their ability to understand, to achieve an understanding of something, but in other words, whether it means in terms of deed or in terms of comprehension. The word hasaga means to reach and achieve. So it could be in terms of his ability to understand, or his ability to act and do. The malach is levels above. He's above, and the man is below. Fine. And over there also it further says, "V'malachim akroivim makablim koach shefa aspaklaria shel malat chila umehem yored lashemayim b'kol tzva'am umehem el ha'adam." And we see that the malachim akroivim, the ones that the angels that are close
to what?
To Hashem. There's some that are more karov, and some that are more rachok. Now, just the definition of the word malach, translated into English as angel, it doesn't really mean too much. The word malach in Lashon HaKodesh literally means a messenger, an emissary, an agent. This is what a malach is. Hashem sends a malach on a mission. And he has a mission to go to Sodom and talk to Avram, and he has a mission to go destroy Sodom, and he has a mission to do this and do that. That's why he's called a malach. Because he's supposed to do what Hashem tells him to do. Sort of like us. We're also supposed to do what Hashem tells us to do. So Malachim Akrovim, the Kaplim, Koach, Shefa, they receive a Koach, which is a Shefa, a bounty of what's called Aspaklaria Shel Mala. Now, Aspaklaria Shel Mala is a vision from above. They have a vision of the universe, which is Shel Mala. They first receive it, and from there it goes down to Shemayim, a lower level, the Kol Tzva'am, and all the heavenly hosts that are in Hashem's army, the Tsama of Hashem, and El Hadam, and from there it goes down below to Adam. So you see that the Adam, he's the lowest one on the totem pole. So our Truma, Malache, Eloi, Inun, Kadishim, Yatir, Linon. Translated into Lashon HaKodesh, Malachim Elyonim, the upper Malachim, Elyon. There's Malachim Elyonim, that are more, those are the Krovim, that are more Korov to Hashem, they're situated. Heim Kadoshim Yoter Meitanu. They are simply more Kadosh than we are, than Klal Yisrael. Amna. So this is all clear, and there's no dispute about that, apparently. So what's the other viewpoint? Amna. Davar echad Yisron Gadol Adam Me'amalachim. In one aspect, the man is greater than Malachim, who ha'alas his kashrus ha'olamot ha'kolchot ha'orot echad v'chavero asher ze'ein b'koach klal l'shum malach. Man, like we've been saying for the first 9 chapters, was created with Tselem Elokim. A malach is not created with Tselem Elokim. What's it mean that man is Tselem Elokim? He has a certain dimyan to Hashem. And what's his dimyan? Just like Hashem is the one who has the ability to bestow light and power and sustenance and existence in the world, so too the way Hashem has ordered the universe and wired it, man, because his actions cause Hashem to do that, so he is really in the driver's seat, like we've been saying. So in that sense, he is really greater than a malach. Does not have that ability whatsoever. If a malach does what he's supposed to do, very good. It doesn't affect a kihuzeh. It makes no difference whatsoever in Hashem's level of connection and bracha that he gives into the world. And if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, and if you'll ask where was it that a malach didn't do what he was supposed to do, there were the malachim that did not do what they were supposed to do. Did not do what they were supposed to do. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. It will be Tsama now. And this is for the reason that we've stated. Malach hu be'etzem koach echad prati levad she'ein boy klilos kol olamos yachad. A malach, in his essence, is simply a koach echad prati levad. One specific and limited. No, it's a great koach, but it's not a combination. The malach is not a combination. She'ein bo klilus. He doesn't have within him. He doesn't encompass within him kol olamos yachad. Hashem created man, and man encompasses in his very creation, his essence, all the olamos, and that's why he has the ability to affect all the olamos with what he does. The King Katuv, the HaChaim, Shar Pnimis, Hitzonis, שהמלך אינו רק בחינה פרטית של עושו העולם שעומד בו. He's got his station in the particular olam that he is omed in, and he is composed, his bechina is bechina pratit, a composition of just of that olam itself. Aval nishmas ha'adam, but the soul of man, v'kol gimel ha'chelkei naran shalom, with all of the three aspects, nefesh, ruach, neshama, that are contained in the nishmas adam, he kalula mikol ha'olamos. He is a composition and a combination of all of the olamos. And therefore, ein v'koach v'yokolos amalek klal lahalos v'lekasher v'liyached kol ha'olam v'ha'olam ha'natui al roshehem. Even she'eno kalul u'mushutaf mehem. Therefore, Malach, he doesn't at all have the ability to ascend and to make connection and to unify the world, because he doesn't have the wherewithal. That's not what he's made. He's not made of that. He's cut from a different stuff. Okay, what time is it? It's time to stop at that.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the word angel is a Goyish word, and we don't have that word in Hebrew.
We have the word malach.
Yes, but
Malach.
we don't have that word. We don't have that word translated. We can't use that translation.
It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't tell me what the malach is. Oh, he's an angel. What does that mean?
He's a good boy.
Oh, he's an angel.
Good boy.
He's a good boy. Good old boys. Okay. Those are the southern angels. They're called the good old boys.